let's start your full mock for JKPSC. So start with your introduction.
Yes, my name is Umar Das. I am from District Pulwama of J&K. I have completed B.Tech and M.Tech from NITIE Srinagar in 2014 and 2016 respectively. After that, I worked as a junior research fellow at IIT Bombay for a period of 6 months. However, I got an opportunity to work as an assistant professor under the central government scheme that was called Technical Education Quality Improvement Program to work as an assistant professor at Islamic University of Science and Technology. I'm currently working over there as a contractual lecturer because our project ended 1 year back and we were then retained as contractual lecturers at Islamic University of Science and Technology. I'm also pursuing a part-time PhD at NITIE Srinagar, which we were allowed to pursue under the earlier scheme and were sponsored by central government. So this is my introduction.
What is your hobbies, Umar?
Sir, my hobby is playing football with my village friends and also playing with my kids. Lately, I have 2 kids, so I play with them.
So you are married?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. This time, who won the World Cup, FIFA World Cup?
Sir, Argentina won the FIFA World Cup.
Achha, who got the Golden Ball Award?
Sir, Golden Ball Award was won by Mbappe, the French.
Golden,
Right.
Yeah, Golden Boot.
No, sir, Golden Boot was won by Kylian Mbappe and man of the series was Lionel Messi.
So man of the series is Golden Ball or Golden Boot?
Sir, man of the series is Golden Ball, yes, sir. And Golden Boot is one who scores more goals than other players or the highest number of goals scored by the player. He won the Golden Boot.
Okay. Umar, जो JNK था when it came to merge with the India, किस year में merge हुआ?
Sir, actually, after independence, J&K came merged with India in 1947. Before that, it was under the Dogra rule.
1947.
Yes, sir. 1947, the instrument of accession was signed by the late Dogra ruler Hari Singh and the Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, under which the J&K came under the Indian rule.
So what is the way of traditional heating in J&K? How we heat our homes in houses in J&K? Traditional
heating. Heating, sir. Sir, heating, usually in winters, we use a special pot that's called kangri, which there is fire. That is one of the ways. And nowadays, people are constructing houses and there are those hammams are constructed in the houses, with the houses itself. So I think hammams were also earlier used, but kangri, this earthen pot or kangri is quite famous.
Okay. What do you know about the Indus Water Treaty?
The Indus what water treaty is the water sharing arrangement between India and Pakistan. That was that was signed under the aegis of World Bank. So it's an arrangement under which the waters of the rivers that flow in Jammu and Kashmir and eventually go into Pakistan. How the water is shared between these two countries, it is decided under this treaty. Under this treaty, the western rivers like Jhelum, Indus, these the water of these rivers goes directly to the Pakistan without any. I mean, India has no right to use these rivers, but India has right over the river Chenab and Tavi and these. There are also other restrictions whether India can make these hydro power projects on these rivers. It was also recently in the news. It remains a contentious treaty because there are disputes arise over the period of time.
Okay.
On one issue or the other.
You worked as a JRF and also now doing as a contractual lecturer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Why not you remain in that field of teaching? It is a very noble profession.
Yes, sir. Sir, the problem is that since I'm only a temporary faculty and there are very less chances that I become a permanent faculty at my university because the universities usually prefer the PhD candidates. And as contractual, I believe that I'm not able to use my potential up to the maximum. And I was always more interested in the field job. And I think and I believe that I will be more for that job.
फील्ड में जेसीबी सबसे ज्यादा यूज होती है. जेसीबी सुना है आपने?
Yes sir, the machine that earth mover.
Okay, जेसीबी की फुल फॉर्म क्या है?
JCB full form, sir, I think it's named after its founder who founded this company in England. It's an English-based company. It's named after its founder, but I don't remember the name.
बात तो ठीक है. जेसीबी की फुल फॉर्म ठीक है, पता कर लेना, कोई बात नहीं.
ठीक है, थैंक यू.
जो 4x4 और नॉर्मल 2x2 व्हीकल में क्या डिफरेंस होता है?
4x4 व्हीकल में जो पावर होता है that's and to all the 4 vehicles, and in 2x2 wheels the power is transferred only to the 2 wheels or the rear 2 wheels only. Most of the vehicles are 2x2.
तो हिल स्टेशन में 4x4 ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, कोई स्पेसिफिक रीजन क्या होता है ऐसा?
सर जब हमें ज्यादा ट्रैक्शन यूज आई मीन व्हेन वी नीड मोर ट्रैक्शन और द जो हमारा terrain है it's difficult like it's in hilly areas, the defense vehicles are usually made 4x4 because they have to tread the hilly areas and mountainous areas. In that case we use 4x4 vehicles when the roads are rough or when more power is required or more traction is required.
G20 समिट हो रही है इंडिया में, उसके बारे में उसका जो टैगलाइन है उसका क्या मीनिंग है? टैगलाइन पता है आपका उसका क्या है?
हाँ जी सर, उसका टैगलाइन है one earth, one future and one family. It is derived from this theme has been derived from the ancient text of Upanishads, that's Vasudeva Kutumbakam. which translates into this one future, one earth, one future, and one family.
Acha, earlier to India, who was having the presidency of G20?
But earlier, the presidency of G20 was with Indonesia. Yes, sir. I believe it was with Indonesia.
आपके फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट कौन कौन से हैं उमर?
Sir, I actually favorite subjects, the subjects that I was teaching or that I am teaching at Islamic University were engineering mechanics, mechanics of solids, theory of machines, and mechanical vibrations.
इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स. अच्छा. अच्छा, मैक्सिमम अलाउेबल स्लोप क्या होता है किसी चीज को ऊपर जाने के लिए?
Maximum allowable slope. Slope or stress, sir? Slope.
हाँ हाँ बताइए.
स्लोप, आप स्लोप कह रहे हैं?
हाँ स्लोप.
सर स्लोप, मैक्सिमम अलाउएबल स्लोप जो होता है सर, इट्स डिफाइंड बाय द एंगल ऑफ रिपोज. सर फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर हम एक बॉडी को रखेंगे एक इंक्लाइंड प्लेन पे, तो जहां पर वो स्लिप होना स्टार्ट कर ले,
किस एंगल पे वो स्लिप स्टार्ट होगी?
सर इट विल व्हेन
इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द
ये
कोएफिशिएंट.
हाँ, कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन पे डिपेंड करेगा.
चलो ठीक है. नाउ सर विल टेक फॉर द टेक्निकल. आई विल गिव फीडबैक. ठीक है ना?
ओके सर.
ओके ओके विशाल सर, ओवर टू यू.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yes, hello, Mr. Umar Das.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Umar, what are your favorite subjects?
Sir, since I have been a teacher, sir, I have taught engineering mechanics, mechanics of solids, theory of machines, and mechanical vibrations.
You are teaching in some institution?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm a teacher in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Islamic University of Science and Technology.
So, that is a kind of regular job, regular post, or you are working on some contract?
Sir, actually, initially I was recruited by the central government scheme. That ended after 4 years. So currently I am a contractual faculty. Earlier I was also a contractual faculty, but we were paid the same salary as other assistant professors.
What's your highest,
but it is not a regular
qualification, or what's your highest qualification?
So my highest qualification is M.Tech, and I'm also pursuing part-time PhD at NITIE Srinagar.
Why you are not looking your career in teaching?
Sir, because sir, when I was recruited under the central government scheme, there was a memorandum of understanding between central government and state government that the faculties, I mean, that will be retained after the project will be completed. But this could not materialize. So I remained a contractual faculty, and I have no PhD as well. So in teaching, PhD has become more important.
So in which area you are doing your PhD?
Sir, I'm doing PhD in, actually it's a problem related with the tensile properties of high entropy alloys. It's a novel kind of alloy system for which I'm analyzing the mechanical property.
So tell us brief about your research work.
Sir, actually, I was working as an assistant professor. 2 years back, I worked as a principal investigator on this mechanical properties of high entropy alloys. So this high entropy alloys is a novel alloy system that consists of, I mean, this is a novel alloy system, and a high entropy alloy is defined as the one that has 5 elements. And each element is at least 5 elements, and each element is more than 20%. And these alloys have found shown some interesting properties in extreme environments. For example, in high temperature applications or in the cryogenic environments. And it's a very novel area. So my problem was to investigate the mechanical properties of these alloys.
Umar, what is strain hardening?
So strain hardening is a phenomenon whereby the strength of a material increases after the plastic deformation. So it's due to the increase in the number of dislocations that occurs after plastic deformation. And if the material is then unloaded after the plastic deformation, then its yield strength tends to increase. I mean, its yield strength increases after the plastic deformation. Load is after the load is unloaded after the plastic deformation.
Umar, what is the difference between a spring and a damper?
A damper and a spring. So a spring actually absorbs energy and it acts as a stiffness element, while as a damper gives the resistance, or it gives the resistance to the vibrations. So if for example, if we have a spring mass system, the damper will exert a resisting force to the vibrations, and the spring will provide the stiffness to sustain the vibration.
Any device by which we can measure the, the frequency of vibration?
Sir, frequency of vibration device.
Yes,
So there are, sir, I think vibration pickups. I'm not sure, but vibration pickups and sensor based devices that are used to find the frequency of vibrations.
What do you understand by critical damping?
So critical damping is a particular state of damping, or we can say the particular value of damping coefficient, where after which there will be no vibrations if the system is disturbed. And if the system vibrates, or if the system vibrates at the critical damping, it will come to the equilibrium position in the smallest period of time. It is defined through equation when zeta, or damping coefficient, becomes equal to 1. The current damping and the critical damping, C by Cc.
Okay. Degree of freedom से आप क्या समझते हो उमर?
Degree of freedom, if we see in theory of machines, for a mechanism, we say degree of freedom is the number of independent links that must be controlled to bring the mechanism into a position. But in vibrations, we say the degree of freedom is number of independent motions that a system can have. For example, if we have a spring mass system, a simple spring mass system, it will have only 1 degree of freedom. If we have a spring mass system that has, for example, at least 2 springs or 2 masses, and each mass can vibrate independently, then it's called a 2 degree of freedom.
What do you understand by inversion? And can you tell us some of the inversions of 4-bar mechanism?
Yes, sir. Inversion of a mechanism is when different links of a mechanism are fixed and a new mechanism is obtained. That's called the inversion of the mechanism.
तो 4-bar mechanism की कुछ inversion बता सकते हो आप उमर?
जी sir. So 4-bar mechanism, for example, we can have a double crank mechanism if the smallest link is fixed. Similarly, if the link adjacent to the smallest link is fixed, we will obtain a crank rocker mechanism. And if similarly we fix the largest link, then we will obtain the drag link mechanism, which means none of the links will complete at least one rotation.
Umar, what do you understand by fatigue loading? What is
So fatigue loading is the when a material is subjected to a fluctuating load, it tends to yield or it tends to fail below the yield stress. So this type of loading, in which the load fluctuates or there is a cyclic pattern in the load, the machine component or any material tends to fail below the yield point.
I just suppose there is some pulley mounted over the shaft.
Yes, sir.
तो जो shaft के ऊपर loading है, that is a static loading or fatigue load?
Fully mounted on
Fully
shaft.
mounted on a shaft.
ओके सर, एक्चुअली इसमें जो लोड है, जो shaft है, it is rotating, so and it is under the static load, so it will be under this bending stress that will be continuously changing from maximum to minimum. So it will be under fatigue loading.
Load is not changing. Even the direction of the load is also not changing.
But the shaft is rotating, so it's one fiber will be at some point it will be at the upper position, and at some point it will be at the lower position. So some bending
failure will be fatigue failure.
So if there is a bending movement, then there will be bending stress that will keep on
Can you give me
changing.
some idea? Like suppose we know the weight of the pulley. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And all other dimensions also we know. The dimension of the shaft, the length
Yes, sir.
of the shaft. Okay. Suppose that shaft is simply supported between two supports.
Yes,
And
sir.
at that center, some pulley is there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how you are going to determine the stresses induced in the shaft? What kind of stresses are going to induce?
Sir, firstly, there will be, sir, if the load, so we will assume the load to be in the center. So it will be a simply supported beam under a point load in the middle. So its bending moment will be maximum in the middle. And since the bending moment will be maximum in the middle, we can calculate the bending moment if we are able to calculate the reactions. And then from the bending moment, we'll find the bending stress. So this stress will have this stress will keep on continuously changing, and we can model it as, for example, if sigma naught is the maximum stress, then we can model it like sigma naught sine omega t, because it will be changing from maximum to 0 and then to minimum. So this will be the bending stress.
Umar, in which year you have completed your master's?
In 2016.
2016. So you are working from last 4 or 5 years.
Yes, sir.
Immediately after your master's, you joined.
Yes, sir. I immediately after my master's, I joined IIT Bombay, but I left that place because I got an opportunity to work as an assistant professor.
How you are suitable for this position? What you feel? What strengths? What skills you acquire, which makes you very suitable for this post?
Sir, I think I have gained a nice amount of experience having been a teacher. I have been intimately related with the field of mechanical engineering. I was also involved in the procurement, installation, and maintenance of various lab equipments. I also have the experience of working as the principal investigator in a project that had a funding of some 20 lakhs. So I believe that with my experience, I'm suited for this field job, and I hope to use this in the field.
Okay. Flexural strength से आप क्या समझते हो उधर? How we calculate the flexural strength of a particular component?
Flexural strength is the multiplication of elastic modulus and moment of inertia.
So कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं? How we can increase the flexural strength?
Sir, we can increase it either by increasing the elastic modulus or by increasing the moment of inertia. So moment of inertia can be increased by either increasing the cross-sectional area. Like it is rectangular, we can increase the breadth or height. It will be more stable depending upon the direction of load. Increase the height. For example, if moment of inertia is given by BH³ by 12 for the rectangular cross section beam.
As if you will take 3 cross sections. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe one square.
Yes, sir. Square.
Another one circular.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And third one is I section.
Yes, sir.
All three are having same cross section area.
Yes, sir.
Which one will have more section modulus and why?
All have same areas. Section modulus. Can I take a second?
Yes, yes, take your time.
जो सर्कुलर सेक्शन है उसका जो मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया है, you can see section modulus उसका लीस्ट होगा। और सर आई थिंक जो क्रॉस ये आई सेक्शन है उसका मैक्सिमम होगा, और जो स्क्वायर है उसका intermediate in between these two. But sir, I think there needs to be made some calculations. It might take some time. For example, I have to take the area into account. Area all the same. And for bending, section is the most suitable cross section. I think the section should have the best section models.
Chalo. Umar, suppose you got this opportunity, okay?
Yes, sir.
And later stage, maybe after 6 months or 1 year, you are getting some, regular position offering, regular position job and teaching job in some maybe good university. Okay.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you do?
Sir, I will still prefer to be in the field job.
Why?
Probably. Because, sir, while working as a contractual teacher for so long, I think I have not been able to use my full potential or my use of my full capabilities. And
You feel in teaching in your present job, you feel you are unable to use your full potential.
yes, sir, in the present job, because of the nature of job is contractual or it's temporary, so I think I'm not able to use my.
I'm not talking about contractual job. Or suppose later stage after maybe
Yes,
3 months or 6 months, suppose you got some regular job. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In some government institution.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I understood, sir. But sir, I will still prefer to be in the field job.
Why? Just give me some genuine reason.
Sir, because since I have worked for such a long period of time as a teacher, and I would say that it was not a good experience for me because I always had to worry about
same thing can happen with this job also, because maybe after 4 or 5 years you can feel same kind of maybe I don't want to use that word.
Something different. I mean, no, sir, because sir, I did not dislike teaching, but it was because of the nature of my job. But I think when I will be in the field, since I have been more interested or more enthusiastic about the field job, I believe that I will be stable over there and will be contributing up to my plan. And I will also be professionally grown as to be a better person for myself and for the society, for the people of the state in general.
My last question.
I believe I will be.
Umar, if we compare a steel and concrete,
Yes, sir.
Which one is more elastic and which one is more plastic?
Sir, actually, concrete is very brittle. So it is brittle in tension, and steel is still will be more elastic.
Mhm.
So I believe
So
still will be
compare,
more
so
elastic.
compare cast iron.
But cast iron is also brittle.
Cast iron and concrete, if you will compare, which one
So
will
if
be
you,
more elastic and why?
for, for cast iron and uh, concrete.
Concrete, Umar, concrete.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I just want to think a little bit. Sir, since the elasticity is defined by the modulus of elasticity, so for concrete, we need a huge stress to bring a very small deflection or to bring a very small strain. So concrete will have a high elastic modulus. I mean, if we will be able to measure that. But since it is brittle, it is strong in compression. I think in compression, concrete will be more elastic than cast iron. I mean, if we are comparing it on the basis of compression. If you are comparing it on the basis of tension, then concrete is more brittle than cast iron. But sir, I'm not very sure about this.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, Umar. I think now I can provide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Umar. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
it is good to mention about your work experience, okay, and the qualification you are having. It is good to mention that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you need to highlight this as a your strength.
Yes, sir.
Somewhere you are not effectively highlighting that these things as your strengths. You are having some specialization. Okay, you did some master's degree in a particular domain, so you are having some kind of expertise in a particular area.
Yes,
PhD
sir.
could be that you can highlight as some kind of maturity, some kind of management skills. Okay, you acquire.
Yes, sir.
Student acquire when they go for such kind of master's degree, PhD program. So sincerity, okay, or hard working,
Sir.
patience, these kind of things we develop when we work on such some kind of problem. रिसर्च जब हम करते हैं, बिकॉज
Yes,
रिसर्च
sir.
कोई एक दिन का काम नहीं है, तो हमें बहुत पेशेंटली वी नीड टू वर्क. So you can
Yes, sir.
highlight those things as some kind of the changes which you developed, you feel you have developed the changes you have made in your personality after your masters or PhD. अब देखो होगा क्या if they are asking you like because you are having good teaching experience, why you are showing interest in this domain like field job, assistant engineer. What you can say, sir, first thing, I'm not having a regular job this time.
Yes, sir.
Second, I feel, sir, I'm teaching is a noble profession and I'm enjoying that. But I feel, sir, the field job is also going to give me much exposure. I will be in a position to directly interact with the people, society, and I will be in a position to directly solve the problem of the society, maybe rural or maybe some urban problem. Okay. So, and the social repute which is associated with that, that is also, sir, very good. So I feel because I like teaching also, but I feel I will be in a very good position to use 100% of my capabilities if I will get into the this profession, assistant engineer. तो उसमें ये नहीं झलकना चाहिए कि you are not interested in teaching. Somewhere actually that expression is you are giving. You are not very much enjoying your profession, Umar. वो नहीं आना चाहिए because you are working on that particular job from last 4-5 years. Are you getting it? उससे
Yes,
कहीं
sir.
ना कहीं एक steadiness आ जाती है कि ये जो बंदा है इसने कैरियर का पीक अभी ले लिया है. Are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you need to show yourself as a kind of person who is very much ready to learn and adopt things.
Yes, sir.
तो आपको वो दिखाना है flexibility. You are although you are looking very sincere, Umar, you are mature. Okay, you are having good experience. Technical understanding is also looking fine. You answered very correctly most of the questions.
Yes, sir.
So I have not found any kind of you can say difficulty in your delivery style or the your conceptual doubts, okay, conceptual understanding. So all those things are fine, okay. But
Yes,
only
sir.
thing is how you are representing yourself, how much interest you are showing in that particular job, ठीक है. तो उस पे थोड़ा सा काम करो. मेरे ख्याल से बाकी सब चीजें ठीक है, okay. And go through some more about the job profile work, और जितना जेन्युइन आंसर दे पाओ ना, दैट विल बी गुड.
यस सर. सर जो आपने ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था कंक्रीट एंड स्टील, आई मीन
देखो कंक्रीट इलास्टिक्स क्या बोलता है, इलास्टिसिटी किसको बोलते हैं? द एबिलिटी ऑफ अ मटेरियल टू रीगेन रिस्टोर टू इट्स ओरिजिनल पोजीशन, दैट इज
यस
इलास्टिसिटी.
सर.
दैट वी कैन इजीली कंपेयर विद द यंग्स मॉडुलस. यंग्स मॉडुलस कितना होता है स्टील का?
Sir, it is like 10th power 12 GPA. I mean,
It
it
is
range
close to 200.
200 GPA, sir.
हाँ.
And
How much
some-
it is for cast iron? That is much lower.
Yes, sir.
तो इलास्टिसिटी से क्या मतलब है कि एबिलिटी ऑफ ए मटेरियल टू रीगेन रिस्टोर टू इट्स ओरिजिनल पोजीशन.
Yes, sir.
ऑब्वियसली स्टील इज मोर इलास्टिक.
Yes, sir.
बट अगर हम बात करेंगे रबड़ की और कंक्रीट की, मे बी रबड़ एंड कास्ट आयरन, देन कास्ट आयरन इज मोर इलास्टिक. Young's modulus of rubber is not much higher.
Yes, sir.
Plastic reason may be higher because what is plasticity? The ability to go into the permanent deformation. So cast iron is not going to go into the permanent deformation. Plastic range is negligible in brittle materials.
Yes, sir.
But rubber में क्या है? Plastic range is much higher. So plasticity of the rubber is higher. But elasticity means ability to regain, restore to its original position. Concrete पे if you are applying some tensile load, so it is going to regain its original position in both compression tensile. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So concrete is more elastic than rubber, but it is not more plastic. Is it clear, Umar? So elasticity you can easily check by checking the Young's modulus.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes.
The slope of the curve
No.
on stress strain diagram.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you conduct some test on UTM, you can easily calculate the Young's modulus of a particular material. ठीक है उमर?
Yes. Yes, sir.
चलो.
सर एक और क्वेश्चन था मेरा. सर मैं और जो सब्जेक्ट्स है फॉर एग्जांपल थर्मल के या फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स के, सर शुड आई प्रिपेयर देम और शुड आई लीव देम?
नहीं कोई बात नहीं. देखो आपको दो चीजों पे फोकस करना है. एक तो आपका जो पीएचडी का काम है.
यस सर.
बिकॉज दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क यू क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दैट पीएचडी वर्क. एमटेक का जो मास्टर थीसिस का जो फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट था, एमटेक का वर्क है आपका. और जो
Yes, sir.
4-5 सब्जेक्ट आप बता रहे हो ना, उनको अच्छे से करके जाओ.
ठीक है.
उसको आप ठीक ढंग से आप बता रहे हो. दैट इज अ गुड वे एक्चुअली टू हाईलाइट कि सर आई लाइक ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग, बट सर एज आई एम इन टीचिंग फ्रॉम लास्ट 4-5 years, so I am in direct contact, good exposure of these subjects, or I like mostly I prepared actually these subjects for my interview. Then you can highlight those subjects, maybe mechanics and strength of material and EM, okay, and vibration you are highlighting. ठीक है उमर?
सर थैंक यू.
हाँ. और एक कोशिश करनी है जितना आई कांटेक्ट हो सके, कंफर्टेबल रहना है, सीधे बैठना है, एंड इट इज गुड टू कीप सम काइंड ऑफ आई कांटेक्ट विद द इंटरव्यूअर.
यस सर. सर बट आपका वीडियो नहीं चल रहा था.
हाँ कोई बात नहीं, अभी सामने देखना है आपको. अभी नहीं है तो सामने देखना है. कैमरा मतलब जो सामने का कैमरा होता है, इसका मतलब क्या है? वही सामने है, वही आई कांटेक्ट है. ठीक है?
यस सर. एक्चुअली ठीक है सर.
हाँ कोई बात नहीं.
पर मैं दूसरा मॉक कब ले लूं? आई मीन अभी मेरा 14 को है.
हाँ हाँ, टाइम यू आर हैविंग सफिशिएंट टाइम ओवर.
यस सर.
चलो ये चेंजेस करो, मेरे ख्याल से देन इट विल बी वेरी गुड फॉर यू.
सर ये जो सर है.
हाँ, विजेंद्र सर इज गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड द फीडबैक. यस, ओवर टू सर.
Yes, thank you, sir. Yes, Umar.
यस सर.
जो सर ने बातें बताई है उनको तो ध्यान रखना ही है. ठीक है. साथ में क्या होता है, स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा सा अगर आप फुटबॉल अपना हॉबीज ऐड कर देते तो दे विल आस्क यू द क्वेश्चन अबाउट द फुटबॉल. तो आपको क्या बोलते हैं, कंफर्टेबल जोन में आ जाते हो इंटरव्यूअर के. ठीक है ना, कि आप कुछ हॉबीज से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछ ले तो कंफर्टेबल जोन, आपको रिलैक्स हो जाते हो थोड़ा सा. तो ऐसी चीजें अपने उसमें इंट्रोड्यूस करनी चाहिए, ठीक है ना, अपनी हॉबी से, स्पेशली जो पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन के जॉब होते हैं, ठीक है ना।
ठीक है।
तो ठीक है, दूसरा आपको करंट अफेयर के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, व्हाट इज G20, व्हाट इज आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव, ठीक है ना। एंड क्या बोलते हैं, अपनी हिस्ट्री के बारे में, J&K की हिस्ट्री के बारे में, ठीक है ना। और जस्ट लाइक इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी एंड फेमस प्लेसेस ऑफ J&K, ठीक है ना, डल लेक हो गया, अमरनाथ की गुफा हो गई, अपना जो भी गुलमर्ग है, सोनमर्ग, उनकी फेमस चीजें क्या हैं उसके बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है ना।
यस सर।
हाँ, और अभी जो आप पढ़ा रहे हैं, आपका जो टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस है, ठीक है ना, उसको
Yes, sir.
जैसे सर ने बोला है कि उसको कभी भी नेगेट नहीं करना, मतलब उसको नेगेटिव में नहीं शो करना, ठीक है ना। आपको
sir.
बोलना कि सर आई गोट द अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ द टीचिंग, ठीक है, तो आप मैं टीचिंग में हो गया, लेकिन आई एम मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट फील्ड ऑफ प्रैक्टिकल एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ द वर्क, तो
Yes,
पोस्ट विल प्रोवाइड मी दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी, ठीक है। और
Yes,
दो क्या बोलते हैं, जो भी सर ने कुछ चीजें ऐड करी हैं आपके उसमें कि किसी भी चीज का निगेटिव नहीं बताना उसको, ठीक है ना, उसको
Yes, sir.
दूसरे के पॉजिटिव बताना है, उसको रिलेट करना उसके साथ, ठीक है ना।
Yes, sir.
पॉजिटिव मतलब दैट पोस्ट व्हिच यू आर हैव अप्लाइड फॉर, ठीक
Yes,
है।
sir. Yes, sir.
और कॉन्फिडेंस का ही खेल है, बी कॉन्फिडेंस, बी स्मार्ट इनफ, ठीक है ना। अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है तो आप कह सकते हो कि सॉरी सर, आई नाउ आई एम नॉट अवेयर अबाउट दैट। और जो अपने फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट के बारे में होना है, वो जो सर ने जैसा बोला है कि राइट नाउ सर आई एम टीचिंग दीज सब्जेक्ट ओनली, तो आई एम हैविंग द, मतलब अभी इन्हीं के टच में हूँ, दो आई हैव द बेसिक नॉलेज ऑफ अदर सब्जेक्ट आल्सो, ऐसे आप बोल सकते हो, ठीक है ना। देन दे विल आस्क द क्वेश्चन व्हाट एवर यू आर टीचिंग, उन्हीं से रिलेटेड से उसको समझाएंगे, ठीक है। और बेसिक मैकेनिक्स है तो मैकेनिक्स के बेसिक्स आपको क्लियर होने चाहिए, ठीक है ना।
हाँ सर, ये जो आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा था सर, इसका क्या आंसर था?
tan थीटा कुछ होता है, tan थीटा इक्वल्स टू
म्यू।
हाँ,
म्यू इज इक्वल टू tan थीटा।
म्यू इक्वल्स टू tan थीटा, वो स्लोप ही है, उसी से तो डिफाइन होता है कि कितना मैक्सिमम स्लोप रख सकते हैं कि, ठीक है ना। इसको
Yes, sir.
करके देखना आप एक बार, ठीक है।
ठीक है सर।
चलिए, गुड लक उमर, ऑल द बेस्ट।